Last night, President Donald Trump gave his best speech ever to Congress. And my favorite moment was when the president honored the fallen soldier Ryan Owens and was given a standing ovation. And even Anderson Cooper called it an extraordinary moment. And one of Trump's biggest opponents, Van Jones, said at that moment he became the president of the United States. And it's good to see that even some Democrats, some fierce opponents of Trump, are acknowledging the success of this speech. And I think this left a lot more Americans feeling optimistic about the future in the hands of President Donald Trump. He also spoke about bringing jobs back to the US, which even earned him some applause from Bernie Sanders, which was surprising to see. And he started off the speech by speaking out against the recent anti-Semitic attacks, which was also very good to see, because a lot of people are saying that it's his supporters and that he's behind it. When that is absolutely not the case. He has a Jewish daughter, Jewish grandkids. His sons are married to Jewish women, so there's no way that Donald Trump is agrees with these attacks in any way, shape, or form. He also reaffirmed his unbreakable bond with the state of Israel, which also left conservative Jews feeling quite optimistic in him. The Democratic ones, you have to ask them yourself. And he also, a good moment was he brought up the point again of draining the swamp and, getting rid of corruption in politics and lobbying. So there were some great moments, especially when he spoke about building infrastructure, which also got applause from Democrats. He wants to fix the crumbling bridges and roads. And by doing that, not only will he create a more habitable place for Americans, but also create jobs at the same time. And he wants to implement free trade and fair trade as well, because he claims that the U.S. is taking a beating from other countries, and it also earned him some applause. Another good point was where he spoke about cutting taxes for the middle class and cutting regulations, so that every new regulation he will cut two. And I like to hear that. I mean, business regulations, for the most part, all they do is they harm the small businesses. Some, of course, are necessary, but, there has to be some freedom, some freedom in the private industry, because that's how you get growth and that's how you get jobs. And really, small businesses are the backbone of this country and the world. So it's very refreshing to see a president who wants to cut regulations and build the small businesses. He also spoke, which I really like to see, he spoke about finding cures for diseases, which you don't see too often. I hope he's dedicated to this, because there's so many detrimental diseases in the world, and we pray that the president will, find a way to get new cures out there to help, the people who are really suffering, whether it be cancer or HIV/AIDS or other diseases that are killing way too many people. And another point he made was he said he wants to explore other planets and it's not too far away. That is also very encouraging. I love to see that. I'd love to, really see what else is out there in the universe. And if they really dedicate their time, energy, and money into that, I'm sure anything's possible. So, great job by the president yesterday. He seemed a lot more relaxed, in my opinion. He's informed, and he seems like he really wants to do good for the American people. Look, it's not to say that there was a speech and he didn't write all of it, and there's some work to be done, absolutely. Far from perfect, but very, very solid speech by Donald Trump, and I think it was his best speech ever, besides for maybe his speeches early on and maybe his speech at APAC. But great job by Donald Trump. Hopefully, some people who are on the fence about him really start to see that, yeah, he does want to help the average American, of course. So let's hope that the president is the person we saw last night speaking to Congress, because if that's the case, America will be headed in the right direction. Thank you all for watching. Have a tremendous day.